Welcome to Regional Food Japan. Today I'm gonna show you how to make Hokkaido-style Shio ramen in 10 minutes, and of course I'm not gonna use any of these instant noodles. Making ramen from scratch at home is not an easy and economical thing to do because you need lots of ingredients like different types of bones and vegetables, and you need to boil the broth for hours and hours, which pushes up gas and electricity bills. But today I'm gonna hack that and knock that off into 10 minutes. I'll tell you what, I use this way of making ramen a lot because oftentimes I just want to quickly make a delicious bowl of ramen without waiting for hours and hours for the broth to be made. Alright, so let's get started.
First things first, we're gonna start heating some water for boiling noodles. And in the meantime, we're gonna prepare the toppings and the broth. The first topping I want to prepare is the green onion slices. I like to use both the green part and the white part, so I cut it like so. And just slice it as thin as possible. Now I'm using a type of Japanese green onion called NAGANEGI, but you can use scallion or spring onion, whatever you call it. More importantly, make sure that it's fresh and fragrant. Now just combine the green part and the white part. Now the next topping is tinned corn. In the beginning of this tutorial, I mentioned it's going to be Hokkaido style, and corn is one of the popular toppings for Hokkaido ramen. The reason being Hokkaido is the biggest producer of corn in Japan. The next important topping for Hokkaido style ramen is, believe it or not, butter. Again, Hokkaido is the biggest producer of butter in Japan. So why not? And it is delicious. Having said that, not every Hokkaido ramen has butter and corn, of course. There's a lot of different styles of ramen in Hokkaido. But in this video, I'd like to introduce and emphasize a unique feature of Hokkaido ramen. So anyway, what it does is, it adds another layer of umami and depth to the broth. And the combination of corn, butter and broth, you should find out by yourself what it's like. Another topping I want to have on my ramen is protein. Here I have the chashu pork that I prepared the night before the shooting. But it's totally fine to use slices of ham instead of chashu. And it actually works amazingly well. And recently when I want to thinly slice my chashu or ham, I find it really easy to do that with my Fuji-Torasaku bread knife, which is a reliable Japanese quality knife, and it doesn't cost like hell. I'll put an Amazon link below in the description box just in case you're interested.
Now the key ingredient for quick ramen broth is this. It's called somi shantan, and it's a Chinese bouillon paste produced by a Japanese company called Somi Shokuhin, and this works like magic for ramen broth making. This used to be a professional product only available for commercial kitchens, but nowadays we can find it at any supermarket in Japan. So when you come to Japan, make sure to get one of these cans, or otherwise you can buy it online. So I'll just put an Amazon link below in the description box. But in case it's not available on the Amazon site where you are, you can just use any high quality Chinese bouillon powder.
Now I'll show you how to make the broth, and this is the most crucial part of the recipe. As I mentioned, I'm going to use somi shantan bouillon paste, and this works really well for making ramen broth. And it comes in a can like this, and it contains half a kilo of the paste. You can actually prepare just about 100 bowls of ramen with this amount of paste. So we need just 1 level teaspoon of that. And a 1/4 teaspoon of Japanese sea salt, or your favorite salt. and a quarter teaspoon of Japanese dashi powder, a quarter teaspoon of Japanese soy sauce, just a bit of ground white pepper, just a bit of garlic paste or grated garlic, 450 ml of water, and finally 5 grams of lard goes in. I know it's not the healthiest, but we love adding lard in our ramen in Hokkaido because it helps keep the ramen hot, even in the freaking cold winter on the island. And when it comes to a simmer, just make sure that everything is dissolved in the water. Once it comes to a boil, just turn off the heat and put a cover on. Now let's assemble a bowl of ramen noodles. What I'm using today is Sapporo-style fresh ramen noodles. You can grab any fresh ramen noodles available at your local stores or Japanese supermarket. So by this time, the water for cooking noodles has come to a boil, so we're gonna boil noodles. Just cook the noodles according to the instruction written on the package. In the meantime, we're gonna reheat the broth and pour it in the ramen bowl. Make sure to give it a stir occasionally to avoid sticking. By the way, if you like extra chewiness, you can just boil the noodles 1 minute shorter than instructed. It looks like they're good to go. Let's take them out and release them into the broth. Make sure that your noodles are drained really well, otherwise you'll end up diluting your broth. Alright, we are nearly there. The final thing is to put the toppings that we prepared earlier. Right, my easy and delicious Hokkaido-style Shio ramen is ready to be served. If you'll excuse me, it's time to dig in. Right, it was an excellent meal. I'm absolutely satisfied, so make sure to try this one out. And if you have any question, you can just let me know in the comment section. Alright, that's it for today. Thanks so much for watching, and if you liked the video, please give me a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. See you next time. Bye.